Hi, welcome to the Creative Treehouse. My name is Robin Broom and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the United States. Thanks for joining me in the treehouse today. Today's project is a fun one. It's sort of nostalgic for me, and this is going to be using the new Queen Anne's lace stamp set, and we're just going to be using the flower parts of this one, although I really like the sentiments as well. And we will be also using the Ornate Layers, and we'll just be using one of the dies from that set. So we will be using the embossing folder here, and we will also be we've got dry embossing here, and we've also got white embossing as well here. So let's get started on this project. We're going to need a scratch piece of paper because we're going to be doing some sponging and we don't want to get our sponging everywhere. But this is the Pear Pizzaz paper, and we've used the Old World embossing folder on it. Love the thing. I did run it sideways because I really felt like the grain was more this way and give you the illusion of a field or grass for our card instead of this way, so I ran it through this way, if that makes sense. And then this is Pretty Peacock, and I've used the Ornate Layer die for that, and I thought it just looked really great. Then our very small piece of paper here is just the Whisper White, and it is cut at 3 5/8 by 2 1/4. So it's pretty small. But the first thing we're going to do is we're going to sponge, and for some reason I always like to start at the top and go down, and I'll be using the Balmy Blue in our sponge. And I just kind of do circular motions, and I just want to make a sky up here. And it's fine to have the edges be really light. The Balmy Blue will mostly be in the center, in the middle, and because we're going to go with a darker color in just a moment. And while we're sponging, I'll tell you my story of why the Queen Anne's lace flower has special meaning to me. Okay, we're going to move to the Pacific Point. I'll use the same sponge and just go again. And this one, I like the swirly. It also just gives a good look for clouds and kind of a soft watercolor look that we're going for with this particular design. So back to the flowers. I would visit my great-grandmother in Arkansas, and they lived out in the country, and I would stay with my grandmother, and my great-grandmother lived across the street, and I would go and visit my great-grandmother, and on my way between the houses it was probably, I don't know, maybe a quarter of a mile or something in between. And there was a field on either side, and I would pick Queen Anne's lace and bring it to my great-grandmother. As a little girl, I thought they were just beautiful, and that was just the best gift ever. So I love seeing Queen Anne's lace, and it just reminds me of that. And Pear Pizzaz will be our lighter green. So I've changed sponges, and we're going to do the same thing. I'll start at the bottom and work my way up towards the blue with the Pear Pizzaz. So we're doing a sky and kind of a meadow as well. And you do want some color in the middle as well because you want the contrast with the flower later. So, and on this particular one, I don't think any blobs. Usually I would start on the side and kind of work my way in, but I think the blobs sort of add to the illusion here. Okay, now we're going to move to a darker color. We're going to move to the Old Olive and use the same sponge that's kind of designated for the green. And we'll start at the bottom, just kind of like we did with the blue. We'll start with the darker at the bottom, giving you the illusion that this is closer and it fades away as you get further away. just the old olive. Let's get some more on this side. Oh, it's looking good. And again, a darker color is a good thing because it's going to give a contrast to our flower. Our Queen Anne's lace. Okay, then we'll close that ink up. All right, the next thing that we need to do is we need to stamp our Queen Anne's lace flower. And it's really pretty flower. And we're going to stamp it with the Memento ink. So when on a larger stamp, it's easier to bring the ink pad to the stamp as compared to bringing your stamp to the ink pad. So hopefully my Memento ink is in good shape and not getting dry. And because it's a photopolymer stamp, you probably want to put something squishy underneath it because it doesn't have the squishy like the rubber stamps. So my pad is a little bit squishy. We're about to find out whether it's squishy enough. So we're going to press. I'll just press extra hard and see if we can get a good image with the Memento. Yes, that worked lovely. Okay. Terrific. So now what we're going to do is we need to do the heat embossing, and we'll use the Versamark and the white embossing powder, and we'll use the heat tool and heat set it. But that I find to be quite a noisy proposition, and so I'm going to pause the video and come back to you with it magically heat embossed. Okay, we're back, and here is our finished product, well, of this part. And if you can see on the flower part, it is really, really cool. I love the way the heat embossing, it makes it really look, it's shiny, it is raised, it just gives it that soft look that looks just exactly like Queen Anne's lace. All right, so all we need to do now is let's bring our scratch paper back in, and let's do a few flowers. And I'm using the little flowers that come from the My Meadow stamp set, and I just picked some different colors. I've actually got, let's see, Blushing Bride here. We're just gonna put a couple of those on. Let's do another one that's sort of stamped off back there. Then we can do some Highland Heather, and it doesn't matter whichever flower color you would like to do. And let's do one stamped off. Let's do another stamped off, maybe right there. And actually, our Pacific Point is a good one to use. Okay, let's try a couple of those. Do one here. Okay, and maybe a couple of the yellow. And I should be cleaning my stamp off in between this. I don't want it to be green, but I didn't bring my chamois over here. And we'll do some yellows. That was the crushed curry color. All right, and then the other thing I did was giving you the illusion of some stems. I took and used my Stampin' Up marker in the Pear Pizzaz color, and I just made some random little stems. To give you the illusion of the stems, the flowers in the field. Okay, I think that's got that, and now what we'll do is we will use our tape runner, and let's go ahead and adhere. And I don't have the new tape runners yet. I'm looking forward to getting those. And the white, or it used to be white, cardstock was cut exactly the right size to fit in within our little frame. And then we'll take our Pear Pizzaz. We're going to flip this one over and we'll use dimensionals on it and pop it up with dimensionals. I'm probably going to use 6 dimensionals. Might could even use one on the center. Just make sure you get the edges. And this also helps with the fact that it's more difficult to glue on your delicate parts like that. Of course, they also have a new product out that would probably be perfect for that. It's another one that I don't have yet. So many good things in the new catalog. So it's hard to pick and choose. All right, super. And then we'll just lay that there. And we've got it. You've got your card front, and you can put it on the Whisper White. I even actually cut my very first one 1/8 of an inch smaller to leave the white border, but I think I like it better this way. But you can decide, it's yours, and I think that's everything. Did I tell you the dimensions of the Pear Pizzaz? It's just your normal A2. It's your 5.5 by 4 1/4. So there you have it. And I just think it's a fun thing, and especially because it's meaningful to me, the Queen Anne's lace. So thanks for listening to my story on that, and thanks for watching the video. Thanks for joining me in the treehouse today. I hope that you'll try this. I also hope that you'll leave a comment and let me know. Maybe you have a story about Queen Anne's lace. And I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel. I think I'm up to 86 now, and my goal is to make it to 100, and then we'll throw some kind of YouTube party right here in the treehouse. So thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time in the treehouse. Bye-bye.